Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'll be taking you to where I had my first house as a young man, where I paid my first rent as a young man. It is still in Dandora, and Dandora phase 5, because my mom was staying in Dandora phase 4. As a young man, when you feel like you need now to move out of your parents' home, you go a bit far. So with the little money I had, I went all the way to Dandora phase 5. That is where I got my small room. So we are in the streets of Dandora. As you can see, this is Dandora phase 4. Now we are heading to Dandora phase 5. This is how Dandora looks like, and as you can see, we are moving. There is so much peace. Which way? This way. There is so much peace. Life here is very simple. The one thing I also want to attribute to is the fact that we have roads. During our days, we didn't have these nice roads. They never existed. When I was still young, we didn't have these nice roads. So I want to applaud the county government or the member of county assembly, the MCA. So the MCA here has done a very tremendous job, and you can see they have very nice roads. The roads here are very nice, despite the fact that it's in slums. But Dandora is not that slummy. It is not that slummy because people have structures here. The only problem is that they are old. They are old, very old structures. So I'm cruising the Panya routes of Dandora phase 4 as I head to Dandora phase 5. So if you come from Dandora and you know these places, say hi. So guys, life was not easy, but life was not hard, because if we came from these slums and we made it out successfully, and we went to school and we are pursuing our professions and our jobs and our businesses well, I'd want to say that we thank God. So this is Dandora phase 5 starts from here. You can see there never used to be this high school. It was purely a primary school. This one is the Ushirika. This one is called Ushirika dispensary. There's a dispensary here. There never was one. That's nice. So there is a hospital here. It never used to be. We used to call this place Sharp Corner. So this is Dandora phase 5. Shapu. We call it Shapu because there is a corner going back to the town. So this is Sharp Corner in Dandora phase 5, and this is where I used to stay. These are the areas where, after leaving my mom's place, I came to stay. I can see some very nice developments. There is growth, there's changes. There are very nice shops nowadays. I can see very nice shops. So look at this guy. So we are in Dandora phase 5. This is Dandora phase 5, guys. This is where I used to stay as a young boy, away from my parents. This is where I came to hide, because I felt I was old enough to stay away from parents. So this is phase 5. You can see life in phase 5. Look at this structure. Is it okay? One can fall, buana. So guys, this is Dandora phase 5. Dandora is in Nairobi County. If you don't know, Dandora is in Nairobi County, in Embakasi constituency. So it is Embakasi South ama East. Embakasi East, eh?
North.
Yeah, North. It's Embakasi North. I didn't know. So these were my environments those days. So environment. So this is where I used to stay. I've never brought you here. You've never come to know where I used to stay. So guys, this is where I used to stay. This plot here, this one that has a police post. This Dandora phase 5 police post is where I used to stay. So I'll be this is where I used to stay. Dandora phase 5. This is where this is the building where I used to stay. These ones here. That is where my first house was. So I'll park here, then show you guys where I used to stay. So guys, this is where I used to stay. This was like my first house as a young boy. Like after I left my mom's place, this is the first place. My first rental house that I lived in. I used to live with my cousin. He was called Darius, but nowadays he went back to the village. He's doing some stuffs back in the village. But this was my area of residence. This was my house. This was my friend. He's called Jush. So me and Jush, we used to idle. This was our idling area. Like this is where we used to sit, especially here. We used to sit here. Most of the time we'd sit. We would just idle and imagine, wish. But for him, it was not so bad. At least he had a shop, he had some stuff. So I'm glad that I met. What's your name? Timothy. When I used to stay here, there was another person who used to take care of this environment. But I'm glad that there's another caretaker. And this place, I'm being told that people don't stay there no more because they want to do renovations. It was closed, but we looked for him, and he really appreciated, and he's been able to help us access. So guys, let's follow him and see my villa. This was my villa. So guys, this is where I used to live, man. This is where I used to live. Like this was our toilet. This was our toilet. Like toilet. That was our toilet. This was our bathroom. This is where we used to shower. This is where we used to shower. Yeah. Then this one was our store. This one was our store. So my house was here. So this was my house. Yeah. Used to stay. Your crib. This was my crib, guys. It was like let me open. So yeah. Don't laugh, man. So come in. Oh, I have put some. No problem. Just want to show the site. I'll put some stuff here. Okay. So, guys, this was my house. Like my first house I ever lived in as a young man. After leaving my parents' house, this is where I used to stay. So, I had a bed here, a small bed, and then we had a small chair here. Then this was my cooking area. This is where I used to cook. It's a real folk on a yeah. And life was very good. Life was very cheap, and life was very, very nice. Those days we didn't have a lot of expenses. As long as you paid rent and you have something to eat, you are good to go. So it is from this house that I started doing my business. It is from this house that I started molding my life. So I just wanted to take you back to the journey where I started. And I also felt like it's good to document this so that my siblings or my sons, my kids, they would one day learn that our dad didn't just come from good life. He came from nowhere, and wherever I am, I appreciate that God has lifted me. And I always want to say thank you to everybody who's touched my life and ensured that I am where I am. I've had people, I've had friends, I've had mentors, I've had family, those who have ensured that I am where I am. So the essence of this story is to just show people that you don't need to come from those rich ends to make it in life. You can come from anywhere. Wherever the environment you come from, it's you to determine where you want to be. And I stayed here, and life was good. Life was so good. I had neighbors, but I've been told the place is undergoing a renovation. So there's nobody that stays in here. So guys, glory be to God. When you see Jewish, this used to be my like closest friend. There's another guy, another friend of ours was called Mato, but he works in the village, in the county, Kakamega County. It was me, him, we had Babu, we had other guys, but you see, he's eating good.
Eating good, I'm managing, not eating good.
The guy is a landlord, man. I need to come back and own my properties in this area.
You're already owning one.
So, as I appreciate Sana, just want to say thank you for letting me see what I used to say.
Oh, welcome.
Life by then, it was not bad. Because I can't say life was bad. Because being able to pay, we were paying...
How much were you paying? 2,000?
No, we were paying...
1,700.
1,700.
1,700.
We used to pay 1,700. That is like... how many dollars? It was less than it's like $1. Almost $1.5. That was my rent here, and it was expensive. Paying it was not easy. At that time, we will default. There was a time like we defaulted 3 months without paying rent, and Jose locked our door, but we managed to break. We broke the padlock and we still access. He came, he was furious, but you see, he was a guy, he was from the village. You see, me, I come from Western, he's from Western. I'm like, where do you want me to go? So, but we paid later and we still access. So, I'm happy. There was a Masai here.
He was living here.
The guy he was always drunk. I think he's a driver. I'm not sure.
Yeah, trailer driver.
He's a trailer driver.
So now he's a shopkeeper.
Oh, he has a shop?
He started his own business.
Here in Dandora?
Yeah, shop corner.
Hey, I wish I saw him because the guy is learned. He has very good English.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
So you can pause, but so nimesema tu nikuje niangalie mazee makiwa. Girlfriend yangu alikuwa anatoka hapa. Sawa aje. Mbona kone hapa bwana? This was our village posho mill.
Still working.
This one was our village posho mill. We used to grind our maize flour here. And this is my friend. He still is, not was. He still is and was. We've suffered with this guy, and he's the engineer behind the posho mill. So, life is not easy, guys. You need to put in a lot of efforts because you see, people come from far. People come from like very, very far, and that is how life is. He had a very big show here. So here is where we used to idle, like this is where we used to sit when we have nothing to do. We come sit here. There was a guy who used to do mandazis here. What was his name? Yeah, we used to eat mandazis here. This guy had a shop. He used to stay here. For him, he used to stay inside this building. He had a shop here. He was the cool kid of this area. He was the cool kid of this area. So, but this basically this is where we used to hang. We used to stay. When I'm not going anywhere, I would just hang around here. We read stories. We would go up down there. We go down there. There's a river. There's a river. So, but during our days, it was very risky going down there because most thieves used to stay on this side. That was the hideouts for the thieves, those snatchers, phone snatchers, and all those kinds of stuff. This is still part of the other plots. This is part of their property. This is still part of their property. This one and that one is still for the guys where I used to stay. So guys, I just wanted to show you that I also have had this tough life. I've also come from the streets. I've also come from the slums, but we thank God where we are and we appreciate the little things that have helped us to be where we are. Yeah, so this is my friend. He's called Mr. Juma. He's a driver. He's a driver, a very good driver. In fact, we didn't have those days. If we wanted to go out, he's the one who would carry us in his dad's car. Yeah, so we're still friends. We talk a lot, and I just wanted to say, thanks for being there.
Yeah.
You've always checked on me. If there's anything, sit down and talk.
Happy to see you.
Yeah. So guys, I happened to come and check on the gym. This is where I was introduced to gymming life. This is where my gymming life started. It's called the Ragos Gym. This one is found in Dandora Phase 4, just around the dam site. And I was glad to find a good friend of mine. These are the people who mentored me into gymming. As you can see, he's a very huge animal. These are the guys who mentored us into gymming, and I'm glad that he's maintained his body size, his shape, the way he was like 10 years ago. He's still strong. Like you can see, yeah, the guy is very huge. As we try to make it to his position, the guy is still going high. So guys, let me show you the gym, how it looks like. Fine, no posters. So guys, this is the gym that I worked out in. This is where I was first introduced to gymming. I remember my first squat, I did it here. By then, I could not lift this. We only did bars. There was a bar that was a bit heavier, so this is where I started my first day when I stepped here. This is what I did. And the gym has maintained its culture. As you can see, it's an old day gym. The old 90s. This gym has been here for how many years? How many years has it been here? More than 20, yeah? This gym, around 30, let's just say 30 years. Yeah, so this gym has been here for more than 30 years. And these machines have been here from then. And as you can see, it's a gym that has helped this community. People still come here to work out. Whenever you come in, you find people working out. This gym has helped so many people. We have people who've gone abroad because of training. We have people who've earned a living because they are now instructors. We have people who've gone outside because they are now bodybuilders. We have people outside this country because of this gym, because they are now personal security bodyguards. So basically, Dandora has impacted some of us in so many ways, and we took time today to just come and see where we came from. They say they say in life you are what you were when you were young. So this is whom we were when we were young, and this is the owner of this gym. It's called Mr. Ragos. Mr. Ragos was how many times Mr. Kenya? 15 times Mr. Kenya. He won Mr. Kenya 15 times in bodybuilding. So he was our motivation. We still respect him. Everywhere I go, I tell people I was trained by Ragos. So guys, this was an environment that shaped me to whom I am. So guys, basically today I was taking you to Dandora. Dandora is known as a hip hop city. If you are a musician, or if you heard the music that is hip hop started here in Dandora. The likes of Koflani, the likes of Juliani. Most of these guys who sang hip hop started here. The likes of Nashaka. This hall here has shaped so many people. It was a hall where every art was done, music, acrobatic, gym. So we used to also spend most of our time here. And I would say that Dandora has been nice to me. So once in a while, if I find time, I always come back to just remember the good olden days. And I'm happy that whenever I come around, at least I find one or two people whom we grew up with. So that was our life. See you in our next episode. Adios.